Hello to my Sagittarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Sagittarius. Let's get right into it. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Sending you lots of love and lights your way. All right, this reading is for September 3rd. I know it's September 4th when you're watching the video, but it's for September 3rd through September 10th, right? We're getting ready for the full blood moon in Pisces, which is on the same day as the total lunar eclipse, right? On the 7th. Yep, on the 7th. All right. So let's get into it, Sagittarius, and see what is going on. Let's see what's going on and how it affects you specifically, right? No other sign but your sign, like how it affects your sign and how you can get prepared for it. Right, you all rule ninth house, right? So ninth house is all about it's all about quest and adventure, right? So when you're going on some kind of a quest and adventure, you know, in the areas of philosophy, religion, belief, adventure, travel, long journeys, teaching and higher education, and just trying to make connections and things like that. So a full blood moon in Pisces is deeply emotional, it's mystical and revealing. So for you specifically, Sagittarius, it lands in one of the most sensitive areas of your chart, which is home, family, your emotional foundations, because it's a blood moon, which is total lunar eclipse, and the energy is amplified, often bringing endings, breakthroughs, or powerful shifts. So in the area of home, family, and roots, a Pisces moon energy is compassionate and dissolving. So for you all Sagittarius, this lunation activates your private world, your home life, your family dynamics, and a sense of belongings. So you may experience revelations or closures related to family ties, living situations, or your relationships to home. So this could feel emotional, but ultimately freeing, right? In the area of emotional foundations and inner security, as a fire sign, you usually look outward toward adventure and expansion. But this full moon in Pisces, full blood moon in Pisces pulls you inward, asking you to examine your emotional needs and your inner stability. So are you building your life on a solid emotional foundation, or are you there unresolved issues you need to face, right? You know, you all are the Temperance card, right? So you want to make sure you are in harmony and sync with yourselves, right? And then also in the area of letting go of old patterns, eclipses in Pisces invite surrender. So for Sagittarius, this could mean releasing past hurts connected to childhood, family, or domestic life. By letting go of old emotional baggage, you create space for greater freedom, the thing you value most. And then last but not least, relationships and home life. And areas in that area, partnerships may also feel the ripple effect. So questions around building a home with someone, redefining family roles, or balancing career and private life could surface. So this is a moment to prioritize what truly nurtures you. So rather than external expectations, right? Let's get it. Let's see what's going on here. Let's set the tone. I am generous and kind with everyone. Okay? All right. Speak it into existence. That's right. Speak it into existence, right? Yep. All right. So that's where you really want to kind of sort of slow down, right? Because, you know, sometimes we're all like kind of running around busy. Yeah. Kind and you're generous and kind with everyone. And that's the I am. That's also seeing that source. I am is the great I am. Is seeing that source is in everyone, because that's really a matter of perspective. Some people may say, yeah, they like Sagittarius. But so they catch you on your fire sign. So they could catch you on that wild card day, you know, where they may not, you could have just had something could have happened, right? So you're you're having a memory. You're starting to remember something. Like if somebody's asking, what was the motive of being cut off from something? If you know you're kind and generous with everyone, why would somebody cut you off, right? So here's 9 of Cups here. 9 of Cups. So you're gaining some clarity about something now, because now something is like, yeah, somebody did some work behind your back. Like somebody went and found out something. You feel like you hit the jackpot because somebody found out something for you behind your back. Like, that's how somebody feel like, okay, somebody hit the jackpot. Like, so, I mean, somebody could have hit the jackpot. That would be nice. Did you hit the jackpot? That's what you can have in common. Maybe you hit the jackpot. Maybe you hit the jackpot, right? So a lot of wishes are being fulfilled. So maybe if you hit the jackpot, that's nice. So congratulations if you hit the jackpot, right? Maybe you spoke something into existence. But here we have his Ace of Cups here. Like in terms of like creativity. So you could have hit the jackpot like in terms of just like your creativity. You could have inherited a lot of creative gifts, right? And so you could be just a hardworking person. And so being around other hardworking person, that's what you could have in common with somebody. You could be like, you know what? Hit the jackpot, like in terms of, it can be taken both ways, right? It can be taken both ways. So when you say you're a kind and generous person, kind and generous with everyone, right? Some people they use their creativity for good. Some people use their creativity for evil, right? So some people, like for instance, we have this moon in a water sign coming up, right? And so some people, like I said, when the moon is in a water sign, some people use their emotions and they're like, you know what? I'm about to write a book. I'm about to do this. I'm about to write a screenplay. I'm about to do this. I mean, like they just go straight into creative mode, right? They just boom, boom, boom. They just create, right? So here we have the moon card here. So this is what I'm talking about. So the moon would be in Pisces, right? So some kind of something was revealed. Something was revealed. Like you could have this in common also, like in terms of like psychic gifts. And psychic gifts meaning that, and I'm trying to add to like clarity to something. This Pisces rules 12th house, right? We're not necessarily talking about a Pisces, but everybody has a 12th house. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 12th house, right? And so this is where you say, I know what my sign is in my 12th house and how that could be some people's calling. Like that could literally be someone's calling in their life. Like some people's gifts could be so overwhelming that it's like, oh my God, that's your North Node. That would be like your vocation, like your inner calling. Like, okay, source called you to do something. That's where you could have hit the jackpot. That's when you hear like a loved one say, you know what, I had a dream about, I had a dream that like you hear people say things like, I saw myself in a storefront. I saw the color of the walls in the storefront. I saw how many shelves I had. I saw the cash register there. I saw how many employees there. I saw the setup. You ask them, well, what kind of store was it? Okay, it was a bakery, and I had this kind of desserts, and they have it all laid out in their mind. Like they're seared. They could see it. Like they could literally, say, I could see myself doing X, Y, and Z. I can see it. I can see it for myself, right? So somebody could have that gift. Like somebody could have, like they can see something, right? And that's where somebody is starting to kind of sort of remember, like somebody has this gift of sight, like they can really see. That's what you have in common. You're like, okay, I can kind of sort of see you know, like you could see something all on somebody. Like I could see them doing that. Like I could see, you know, somebody creating. Like I could see this person being a hardworking person. I could see them creating, you know, a bakery. Like I could see them, you know, opening up a store, and I could see their bakery doing well. I could see that. Like I could really see that on them. I could see, you know, that makes sense, right? So somebody said that about you. Like somebody said, I could see them doing well and creating something, right? I could see that. I could see that. That's what I'm seeing here. And but also somebody saying right in between this Ace of Swords and also this Six of Swords here, you got the Nine of Cups, and then also the Knight of Pentacles here. Somebody is basically like, I could see them creating something, you know, for some energies. I could see them doing something. It's almost like somebody is saying somebody has that kind of a heart. Like somebody has a really big heart. I could see them creating something and just moving on. Like basically, like it's like somebody would say that about you. Like somebody would say, yeah, they're a really kind and generous person. They would create something and just move on, you know, and just, you know. I feel like somebody would say that about you. They probably had a dream that, you know, somebody wanted to do something. Okay, Sagittarius would just create something for somebody. Like, you know, hey, okay, I could see your bakery doing well. Okay, how you need me to help you? Okay, here, boom, and just move on. You ain't even thinking anything about it. Okay, I can see that. Let me sleep on it. Let me think about it. Okay, yeah, I can see you doing well with that, and just move on, right? Yeah, so you're having a total recall. Y'all see, well, y'all could hear me shuffling cards. You couldn't see me but anyway, a total recall of some things. Total recall of some things, right? And something is kind of overwhelming. That's what this is. Something is kind of overwhelming, you know, of just kind of sort of some gifts. Something is really overwhelming. So something was kind of impulsive. Here we have the Five of Pentacles here. So even though somebody is kind of feeling kind of sort of shut out or left out of some things, whoever this energy is here, you're remembering or you're recalling some things, right? You're recalling possibly, so it looks like you're in prayer mode here too, but you're recalling some things as well. Yeah, so yeah, you're recalling maybe some obsessions with some things. That could have sort of been kind of overwhelming. So I'm not sure what the obsessions were, but I can't see what that is in the cards here, but yeah. But something was going on that yeah, so here we have the Page of Swords here. Somebody's kind of an open book. Looks like a younger person is an open book and is giving people a lot of ideas about things. Yeah, giving people a lot of ideas. So a lot of light bulbs are going off. This is this card right here. A lot of light bulbs. Make it move my finger so you can see. A lot of light bulbs are going off about something. Because I feel like with the excuse me, with the Tower card, Tower card causes an upheaval because people start having a whole lot of memory, like start remembering stuff, just like, okay, having a total recall, and it can be overwhelming, almost like, okay, because it's tearing down like almost like a belief system about something, in, like, you know, like removing all fear of something. So somebody's remembering something. That's what we're saying. What is the motive? Like, what is the motive that somebody would cut some energies off? Like, what is the motive? Yeah, what is the motive? Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. So it's something, like I said, you have something in common with someone. Yeah, so here we have the Page of Pentacles here. So again, somebody has a whole new lease on life. Again, somebody's trying to send a message. Somebody's trying to send a message. So page energy is messenger energy. So somebody's trying to send some kind of a message. Somebody is, here we have the Ace of Cups coming out twice. So two people are trying to create something here. Some kind of a new proposal is coming in. Possibly for you, again, that you prayed for. Yeah, possibly some kind of a new proposal is coming in, possibly that you prayed for, because looking at your cards, whoever this energy is, somebody wanted their wishes fulfilled behind your back. Let me see. Yeah, whoever this is, somebody was obsessed with cutting you out of something, or leaving you out in the cold with something. Whoever this is, these could be like, because yeah, you know what I'm picking up on, Sagittarius? It's like you and somebody are in parallel universes. That's what this looks like. Because I keep picking this up in your reading. It's like you and somebody are in parallel universes. Like it's like somebody is starting to remember like conversations that you may have had with someone, right? And maybe they were private conversations that you had about something. Maybe you worked with somebody or something, but somebody was having conversations about something. But now some things are coming back to somebody's memory. Right, kind of like basically like how people are getting this whole new lease on life. That's what the Page of Pentacles is like. Okay, how, you know, people are making money, because people, okay, when money is involved, people like, okay, did people work hard for their money, or like how are they getting money? Like how are people making money? How are people's wishes being fulfilled? That's a legitimate question people would ask. Like how are people? That's a legitimate question. And so when people are an open book, sometimes people don't know if they're, you know, I don't know. Sometimes people are open books, some people are not, whatever. But somebody in a situation, somebody could have felt like we're being vague or being secretive. But that's two sides of something. Like, but somebody being vague, somebody could ask more questions. Y'all get the point, right? But anyway, here we have Three of Wands. So somebody is now taking a leap of faith. So instead of somebody saying, people are talking about somebody behind their back, now somebody's saying, okay, they're going to take a leap of faith. Like, speak up sooner so you can put the past behind you. That's the energy somebody's on now. Somebody's like, okay. Because it's almost like either you cut somebody off or they cut you off, and you basically, when you get back around here, it's almost like, okay, something is over. Like something is just over. They talking about me behind my back. I'm not talking to them anymore. Like, but a lot of it has to do with who you're connected with. So it's again, yeah. This is the other side of being a mutable sign, just like going along with the flow of whoever you're connected with. So somebody was connected possibly with a Scorpio, because 5 of Cups is Scorpio's energy, right? And 5 of Cups and Ace of Cups connections with 6 of Cups, which also a Scorpio. 5 and 6 of Cups is Scorpio energy. So it doesn't have to be a Scorpio, but Scorpio, then somebody was linking up with somebody, right? And something was making somebody lament or cry or sad or whatever the case may be, but whoever, and somebody was talking to somebody saying, oh, somebody talking about somebody behind their back, and somebody's just smoking mirrors. It was a bunch of gossiping going on, you know, about somebody's new lease on life, and this person's an open book, and they talking about people behind their back. It was almost like somebody was tying, looking at the cards here, it was almost like somebody was tying assumptions together. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like somebody could not separate. Somebody couldn't separate how they felt personally about somebody from how somebody else, like somebody's not giving somebody else a chance to think for themselves. I was doing a reading for another zodiac sign yesterday, and I was saying that in that sign, when that particular zodiac sign, which we see on social media all the time, when people are making assumptions about people we don't even know, you know, let alone for people we do know. A lot of times people don't, you know, they just jumping on the bandwagon. And that's what this is, like jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, look at this. They talking about you. I can tell. Like, it's almost like a person hasn't known. It don't matter how long you've known somebody. People are evolving. And so instead of somebody saying, you know what, let me, yeah, I know them somebody well enough. Let me pick up the phone and call somebody. Just say, well, yeah, I'm watching this. It's all this stuff that was being done in secret. All this secrecy stuff here. Almost like people don't want people to know whoever you are. Like if you're a reader, it's almost like your own family or whoever didn't want you to know that they were watching you behind your back and getting other people to do the dirty work. Like, watch them and get back to me. Like, so if you're a reader, it was almost like somebody was saying, oh, you know, watch them, go watch them. We'll pay you to watch them, and you get back, you report back to us. So they're creating something, and something that they were creating was overwhelming, just ridiculous. But all the while, it was causing somebody else to feel worthless. So anyway, yeah, when somebody is being an open book, and you got almost 9 billion people on the planet, and you don't even know how many other Sagittarius or whatever zodiac signs is, look at social media. You can be talking about anybody. Here we had the 2 of Pentacles here. Something is balancing you out. Multitasking, making some decisions, prioritizing some things. But looking at your cards here, Source is helping somebody to take a leap of faith here. Source is the one that's balancing you out. You're putting the past behind you. You're not being sucked into or drawn into some stuff. When people leave your life or close out cycles, that would be the 6 of Cups. Somebody is starting to realize, okay, when things are closed out, it's a number of reasons why cycles close out, right? It could be, I mean, anything. The first thing that comes to mind looking at the cards is sometimes people move on because you could still be connected to something that's very triggering for a person. Even if you didn't do something directly to somebody, you could be still connected to a trigger for a person. Like, meaning that, let's say you work with somebody, you could still hang out with somebody who your other friend feel like almost got them fired, or got them passed over for a position or for a job. And you may say, what does that have to do with me? But you still hanging out. So you can't really tell a person what they can't talk about when they're with somebody else. You really can't, you know, well, what did y'all talk about? Like, how you gonna remember? Like, How is somebody going to tell you what you can talk about and what you can't talk about? So people just go into protecting themselves. They're like, okay, I don't know what they talk about in secret. I don't know what they talk about in secret. I don't know, you know how people be adding their own little stuff onto it. So something has come to light. Something has come to light. Something has come to light. Now somebody has clarity. I mean, complete and total clarity on some things. Something has come to light. That is why some people now feel like, okay, they have hit the jackpot, like when it comes to your creativity, because some people, when, at night, they take their time and they start writing books. I'm telling y'all, some people, they hard working. They go behind people's backs, they creating stuff. And then they just pop out, ta-da, they just created something. Like people like, well, when you write that book, when did you start that? When did you, they working on it while everybody else was doing something else at night. They working on something else. They've been working on a project. They went back to school. They didn't, open up a bakery somewhere. they working on something, like, being productive. Starting something from the ground up, started 5-6 other businesses, did this, working on, behind closed doors. When people know their worth and their value, they just close their door. They keep all the distractions out. Keep all of the distractions out. They working on something. And so when they come out, here's a Chariot card. Something they okay, they gonna work until something is successful, and they come out and they successful at something. So that's what you're using your creativity for something. You're using your creativity for something. And then some people, they whatever. So here we have open your vault door. All right, so things are starting to flow to you like water. The angel and prophecy of wisdom is with you. It's time to start dating again for somebody, but somebody's a succubus energy. But it's time to start to expand your brand. The spy is now turned on for somebody. Take a leap of faith. Step through the portal. He apologizes for betraying you, whoever he is. I don't know who he is, but speak it into existence. You have a new attitude. Leave them behind, whoever them is, I don't know. Solar plexus chakra cleanse. Somebody just wanted to be significant in your life. And once a person picks up on that and they realize that, okay, somebody sees them as competition and they move on and they cut you off because they don't want to be a competition. They're like, okay, well, listen, they love you enough to just cut you off. That's the part that really gets a lot of people's ego. Like if a person says, I love you enough to move on, that's really is like God is protecting you from something. So you made a positive impact on them. So, but you're learning how to put yourself first. Yeah, so you're learning how to put yourself first. Somebody is really finding out what their moon sign is in this year 9, 2025. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 5 is 9. In this year of 9, somebody's like, I'm putting myself first. I am pouring into me, and I will decide who gets the overflow of me. If that seems selfish, too bad. Yeah, you are empowering yourself, because that is the secret. How can you empower somebody else, and do you empower you? There are people out here that's like secretly pouring into themselves, growing. They close their doors so they can hear themselves think. That's what somebody is doing stuff. But a lot of people are doing. They just move on. They like, okay, yeah. So yeah, you're standing your ground. Because some people are starting to remember how some people, they go into their room, they close their door. They don't want to be bothered with a bunch of outside noise. They don't want to be distracted by stuff. They just, they go into hermit mode. That's how they're able to, how they're able to grow. Like that's how they're able to process. So you're doing some kind of an energetic clearing. So during crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. All right, I think that's it. Let me see if there's a number here for you. Yeah, 251. You're listening. Somebody's slowing down to listen. Be open to hearing good advice. When you hear good advice, you'll hear it more than once and from multiple sources. So right now, be alert. Your angels are giving you a message, channeling it through the people and places around you. Listen carefully today to all patterns and signs as they are messages, and it's up to you to find the common link. There is good advice to be uncovered. So 2 + 5 is 7. And 1 obviously is 8. So somebody can be real careful about who they link up with, because that link could be your karma or dharma. Yeah, you don't know what kind of karmic cycle people are in. You don't know who they linking up with. Or if they're too afraid to break a link, like break some kind of generational cycle chain and curse. Some people are like, no, they ready to break a cycle chain and curse. They like, no, they can't link up. They rather use their alone time. They rather be by themselves than linking up with energies. It's just, you know, doing stuff in secret. Doing other stuff in secret. Here we have the moon, the questions for the moon in Capricorn, for those of you all who want the questions. First question is, what are your top 3 priorities this week, this month, and this year? And this is to get real structured about, we're talking about your, setting boundaries and enforcing boundaries. Second question is, what are your biggest fears? Third question is, do you have specific daily rituals and routines that nourish you? Fourth question is, do you reward yourself when you accomplish something? And then last but not least is, how much of your day or week do you block out for self-care and personal development, right? So yeah, that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.